welcome to our full moon meditation. Today is Monday, November 30th, and I'm Zara Haji, creator and founder of Yoga Goddess, and I'm so excited to welcome you all to our second last full moon of 2020. Who else wants to join me in saying it? Yeah, yeah. 2020 is almost over, and I have to say that I can't wait for this year to be over. It's like for many of you, I'm sure, has been a challenging year to say the least, and also a year filled with lots of gifts and lots of beauty. Hello, Nadia. Welcome. So, as you're joining, I'd love to hear from you where you're joining us from. Hi, Callie. Welcome. Hi, Sabrina. Welcome. It's so nice to see you here. Michaela, welcome. Maria, welcome. So, I'd love to know what city you're joining us from. We have women from all over the world, so it's always nice to feel our circle constellating in that global way. So, let me know where you are. Hello, Tabitha. Welcome. Michaela's coming from New Mexico. Callie's in Toronto. Cool. Toronto. Represent. I'm also in Toronto. For those of you who are new to Yoga Goddess and our monthly full moon meditations. Hi, Bree, joining us from New York City. Jessie from Texas. Heather in Kansas City. Maria also in New York, Alyssa in Ithaca, Sabrina in Pennsylvania. Awesome. Oh, and hello, Jana, who's in Spain. Rose is also in upstate New York. Welcome, welcome. Oh, Nadia's in Quebec in a small town. Fellow Canadian, welcome. Beautiful. It's so lovely to have all of you here. Welcome, welcome. So, as our circle starts to form, oh, Siobhan, welcome from Ireland. I love seeing when we have goddesses from Europe, and sometimes we have people from India, Africa. So there's so many of us all over joining from all parts of the world. So it's wonderful to be coming together. Hi, Tamsin in London. And Brienne from Moab. That's some kind of acronym that I don't know. Rosie's in Phoenix. Rupali's in India. Welcome, Rupali. Love that. So we have India representing. Let's see if someone from Australia or Africa says hello, or New Zealand. It's always nice to see a community gathering on these full moons from all over the place. All right. So, as I mentioned, if you're in the support circle or you're receiving our newsletters, you know that we're going to be meditating with the moon rays. Miranda Gray always forecasts the color of the moon rays that are coming through the full moon. So every full moon, the energy of the moon radiates in a bright silver white light, but within that silver white light, there are moon rays of a specific color that she channels and tells us what the moon rays are. So this month, as you might be able to tell, is deep blue. So I try to wear as close as I can to the moon ray colors. So deep blue and gold inside. So this is as close to gold as I could get. And then I have my shawl, which I got from Greece, that has some gold in it. So, and this necklace is actually from Santorini, also from Greece. My brother got for me as a gift on their honeymoon. So a little bit of Greece joining us, gold and deep blue, as we receive the moon rays together. And also the invitation for you. I'd love to sort of open up a bit of a conversation before we get started with the meditation. For those of you in the US, there's many of you here from the US. You all just celebrated Thanksgiving. That's cool, Odessa. I'm glad you feel a resonance. Hello from Toronto. Toronto represent. So, coming back to what I was saying, it's this has been a really challenging year in a lot of ways. Obviously, the most apparent way um, is the COVID-19 pandemic and how much it's just changed and upended our reality. Oh, I love that, Christina. You're accidentally wearing blue. That's perfect. So I feel like, on the heels of US Thanksgiving, as we're nearing the end of 2020, it's really appropriate to consider what are you grateful for alongside with what are you grieving. And the reason I'm posing the question this way is we have lost a lot actually this year. It's been very painful to be separated from family, from loved ones. For those of you who might be single like me, it's been even harder, isolation, being alone at home. And while it's been amazing to have so much community online and the ability to keep working from home and keep everything sort of the engine of life uh, going and working and being connected virtually, it's also been really hard to not be able to hug each other, to meet strangers on street corners and make new friends. Um, and life, I watch sometimes shows and I'm like, oh my God, they're hugging. There's a sense of like, we're not supposed to do that anymore. So it's this strange new reality that we're living in. And there's a lot of grief that comes with not being able to live in the normal everyday fashion that we're used to. I mean, uh, for lots of us in Canada, it's normal to meet someone, especially if you're from Quebec, to meet them and kiss on two cheeks. And I don't know what you guys are doing in Quebec now, but I imagine that very few people are meeting each other and greeting by kisses on two cheeks, and maybe in Spain. And it's this weird new normal, and I don't really love that term because I hope this doesn't stay as the new norm. But there's lots for us to be grateful for, and lots for us to be grieving. So I'd love to know whether you want to write it in the comments or just write it in your journal. I want to just give you a few moments to reflect on the two questions, this juxtaposition of what are you grateful for and what are you grieving? Looking at, starting from January of 2020 to right now where we're sitting on November 30th, the very last day of November, this full moon in Gemini, lunar eclipse. Yeah, so I want to just hold space. Yes, Nadia says no more kisses. So sad. I think, Nadia, you're in Spain, yes? So, what are you grieving and what are you grateful for? I'll give you a moment to answer that. Lou is joining us from Sao Paulo. I'm glad and grateful that you're here too, Lou. That's lovely. I love Brazil. I'm just going to say it. So, what are you grateful for and what are you grieving? You can add your comments to the chat or write it in your journal or both. Just give you a moment. Sabrina says, I'm grateful for growth. This may be a weird year, yet it's been the most growth I've had as a person. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Sabrina. Maria says, so grateful for time and opportunity to have found Yoga Farm, grieving my life a bit in Florida, missing some specific friends. However, in turn, grateful for new opportunities in Maine. Beautiful. Thank you, Maria. Heather says, very much missing teaching students in person. Grateful for my cozy home. Thank you, Heather. Melissa says, end of a relationship and the space it opens for me to devote my energy towards my spiritual journey and my YTT, short for yoga teacher training, for those who don't know. And Jenny says, I'm grateful for the slowdown. Nancy says, grateful for the support of family and friends as I left an abusive marriage. Oh, holding you in my heart, Nancy. Thank you for sharing. And grieving the love we had and plans for the future. Oh, yeah. Rupali says, spiritual growth. Grateful for that and spending time with family. Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing and digging into your hearts. And, this is sort of just opening up that conversation, looking at what you're grateful for and what you're grieving. So I invite you to spend some time with this question, even after our meditation. What I wanted to sort of piggyback on what, let me see who said it. Sabrina said, for those of us who've already been on a spiritual path, we've kind of been poised and ready for the challenge in a way of 2020, right? We've been awaiting the opportunity for a deep dive into our consciousness and looking at how we want to really step into alignment with our real and true dharma and purpose in life, a real sense of like honoring our truth, honoring who we really are, really showing up in our raw, messy magnificence. So whether it's beautiful or messy, neat, like put together, or just a sort of like, what do they call it? Ugly crying, to show up as we are in our truth. And I feel like 2020 has really afforded so many of us the opportunity to really look sometimes at the ugly truth, to really look at what we ourselves potentially have been hiding from, or haven't had the space maybe to look at, haven't had the bandwidth. I like using that term a lot, the capacity to be with what is in our lives, what's not working, specifically, and that having so many things taken away, like going to work, for many of us is no longer an option. Leaving the house, you go shopping maybe once a week. You don't get to see friends. You limit yourself to a very small circle, mostly of family. And so there's been a lot of things we've had to sort of live without. And at the same time, there's been this real sense of being with ourselves more, of really tuning into that inner place, and whether we like it or not, being with what is. And there's much less distraction in the way of the outward life. Yes, we can be distracted by our devices and Netflix and social media, and there's all kinds of ways we can always still continue distracting ourselves, but we're not necessarily like going from place to place, event to event, thing to thing. So that being taken away, I feel like has kind of like narrowed our field of focus. So those of us who are ready to turn in really got this opportunity to do this deep dive internally. And and it's not necessarily been fun or all fun, I should say. I think there's always parts of it that are fun, but it hasn't necessarily all just been sunshine and rainbows, right? There's this real sense of looking inward to see sometimes what we don't want to see, sometimes shadow parts, um, being with difficult emotions. So all like being with difficult emotions certainly has been a really big, I feel, highlight of 2020. Ready or not, right? Ready or not, here they come. And so, thankfully, so many of us in this on this path doing this work, we're poised and ready, right, to do this deep internal dive. And so this lunar eclipse is yet again another opportunity for for something to come out of the shadows that potentially has been hidden from our conscious view or conscious awareness. So there's a series of eclipses that are coming, and I'm not an astrologer, so I'm not an expert in this, but just by listening to my favorite astrologer, Lori Lothian from Lunatic Astrology, what she's been saying in her weekly forecasts on YouTube, and just sort of tuning in to the energy of the eclipse, um, and the energy of 2020, which has been so much about looking at our shadow. Um, there's this real sense of, I don't know, let's call it revelation, revealing, revealing truths, revealing hidden aspects, revealing maybe um, what we were not really ready to face or willing to face. And so I just sort of invite you, as part of your intention for today's full moon meditation. I always like to sort of hold space and open up an opportunity for all of you as we get started with the meditation to think about your intention for today. And, is there something that you want clarity on? Has there been confusion in some aspect of your life that you would like? Neptune, the planet of illusion and delusion, just went direct on Saturday. So, depending on where Neptune shows up in your chart, um, there's all these ways that where we were not seeing clearly, where we were deluded, where we were maybe living in a fantasy world, that is starting to come clearer. And for me personally, my good friend Christina has always been telling me about my astrology, which I never really could understand or follow very well. Um, she told me that Neptune has been transiting, my house of relationships since 2011, which Lori, when I recently did an astrology reading with her, kind of explained. And it has been really deluding and really disappointing for me in the realm of relationships. And now I'm like very happy and very excited to have this shift happening for me in that part of my life. Where it hasn't shown up necessarily yet, but holding that intention for for that space to open up in clarity and real sense of like knowing what's real, knowing what's true without confusion, with a sense of real readiness um, for that kind of lasting soulmate love to show up. So that's the intention I'm holding for today's full moon. So I'm just going to open up the space for you right now to just hold for yourself. What is it that you would like to bring into clarity in your own life with this full moon, with this lunar eclipse, and with Neptune, the planet of illusion and delusion, having gone direct. So helping us in that part of our lives where things haven't been clear, where there has been a lot of confusion, where there's been disappointment and hurt. So just holding space right now as I look for a match and a candle. This one. I like to sort of have a focus point for all of us. So I'm just going to hold some space for all of us to tuning into our breath, tuning in to our hearts, tuning into our higher minds, and tuning into the support and care of the earth, our mother, and feeling ourselves held between Mother Earth and Father Sky, a child of this beautiful, beautiful energy of life. I'm going to strike this match, giving you a moment to focus on your intention of what you are bringing clarity into your life. And I'm lighting this candle in honor of that pursuit for all of us, that clarification. Hello, Francisca. All right, so let's get ready to call our circle into being. So since there's almost 70 of us on the live, and those of you who will be joining us on the replay, what I love to do is just have everyone presence themselves by saying their name out loud and sort of casting our circle, our virtual circle that way. So just take a moment. What I like to invite you to do is bring your left hand palm up. Let's see if I can let you see here. Left hand palm up, right hand palm down. All right. So I don't know if it shows the which way. So left hand palm up, right hand palm down. And just imagining all of our fellow sisters in the circle having gathered here in this space, energetically connecting through our hands and through our hearts and through our womb spaces. And if you feel called to do so, make yourself present in the circle by stating your name out loud. Zara. And I'm imagining all 70 of us hearing the names being spoken out loud, having our circle cast. And imagining all the other circles that are gathering today under the full moon, and all of us encircling the earth, holding hands, our hearts and womb spaces, holding the energy of the divine feminine. Beautiful. And you can rest your hands. So I'll just read to you what Miranda Gray says about the worldwide full moon meditation. She says, on each full moon, we celebrate the moon mother archetype by taking part in the worldwide full moon meditation and breathing beautiful healing energies into our life and into our womb. This meditation is offered as a gentle gift of light from the Moon Mother for the healing, well-being, and peace of all around the world. In the silver white light of the moon, all colored energies are available to us, softened through the feminine. So as I mentioned at the beginning, the moon rays for November for this November full moon are deep blue, as you can see, and gold. So I'm going to guide you into receiving the moon rays now. So just get comfortable. You can be sitting or lying down. Hello, Megan from Costa Rica. Lovely to have you here. I believe you are my fellow moon mother. All right. So sitting in a comfortable position or lying down, close your eyes and take a deep breath in. Feel your weight on the floor or on the chair. Let your body sink deeper and deeper into the support beneath you. Begin to bring your awareness to your lower belly. Feel, know, or see that your womb tree lies within your lower belly. Its beautiful trunk splits into two main branches, and they are full of deep green leaves, small white flowers, and red jewel-like fruits on the ends. The tree's roots grow down deep into the earth. Follow them down. Now become aware of the full moon above you, bathing you in the most beautiful silver white light. This light washes through your aura and over your skin. Within the silver white light lie all the colors of the rainbow, softened into a gentler feminine vibration. See or feel that within the moonlight are individual rays of deep blue with gold light. The deep blue and gold light flows over you and through you, down your body and into your womb center. Open your womb and let it fill with color and energy and love of the Moon Mother. Repeat in your mind, I open my womb center with love to receive the energies of deep blue with gold moonlight. I open my womb center with love to receive the energies of deep blue with gold moonlight. Breathe and receive. Breathe and receive the deep blue with gold light from the moon rays above, washing into and through you to your womb space. Deep blue with gold light. Individual rays within the silver white light of the moon. Filling your womb with color and light and love from the Moon Mother. For the next 5 minutes. Breathe and receive. The enchantress deep blue ray brings us centeredness in our truth and awakens the priestess within us who links the earth with the heavens. The gold ray fills our womb energy center with dignity and spiritual sovereignty. Together, they help us walk our path with feminine empowerment. Let's take a moment to center yourself in your truth. Notice how you feel and what you sense and see. Take a deep breath and begin to grow your womb tree roots deep into the earth. Bring your awareness to your heart and feel gratitude for the healing gift of the Moon Mother. Open your eyes and smile. All right. So I'd love to hear how you all are doing. What did you see, sense, or feel during our moon ray meditation? I'll give you a few moments to put your thoughts together. Write a comment in comments. What did you notice? Michaela says peace, hope. Lucy says that was wonderfully restoring. Yay! Thank you, Lucy. Belle sends love from London, UK. Hello, Patricia. Bree says reset. Belle says a beautiful sense of peace and serenity, safety in the now, presence. Beautiful. Sabrina says peace and hope really speak to me too. Bree says restorative magic. Beautiful. And Maria says, I saw a beautiful dark gray, almost blue wolf howling at the moon, almost protective, like not scary. Ooh, chills. I love that, Maria. Beautiful. So, I do have some announcements for you all. So, as I mentioned at the beginning of the live cast, we're talking about grief and gratitude. So there's a few things I'm grieving. A big one is the loss of my beloved Heidi Raymer, who has been my creative partner in Yoga Goddess for many, many years. Oh my God. Since Miranda Gray first visited Toronto way back, I want to say 2008, Heidi and I met, and she has literally been the force that's kept Yoga Goddess going for all these years since inception to, I don't know what to call it now, full grown 13-year-old almost being in 2020. And she is going to another path, which I'm so excited for her, and feeling the loss of not having Heidi anymore to write our beautiful newsletters and beautiful posts on Facebook. So leaving a big hole in Yoga Goddess with her amazing creative power of words. So I will miss Heidi. And also, yes, like Tabitha says, very excited for you in your new work ahead. So there's that. And there's also a letting go of some of our programs at Yoga Goddess that I've developed over the years and feel like I'm ready to kind of, close the vault, put them away, retire them. And, it's like when we do that Marie Kondo cleansing of our closets and spaces. That's where I'm at right now with our digital programs. So if you don't have any Yoga Goddess programs and you're part of the YTT, and you already are doing the Living in Sync with Your Cycle work with me, the program I would recommend that you look at is Sensual Magic. If you're not part of the yoga teacher training at Yoga Farm and you don't have any of our programs, then I would welcome you to take a look at everything that we have on sale. We're closing out 4, maybe 5, I'm not sure, programs. Moon meditations. So you get 4 meditations going with each phase of the moon, and you get to meditate with each phase, the full moon, the new moon, the waning moon, and the waxing moon. Sensual Magic, which is a program that takes you through working with your archetypal feminine goddess energies in relationship to a partner, and how to work with those energies to keep your partnership feeling enchanting and feeling juicy. And Moon Charting Mastery, which I've now, we're going to put that away, and in the new year, I'll be launching a new program called Living in Sync with Your Cycle. But for now, Moon Charting Mastery is the old version of the program. And You can pick that up for a very discounted price and learn all about charting your cycle with the moon. And then Lunar Conception, which is a program specifically for women who are trying to conceive and want to take advantage of their second optimum time apart from ovulation. That's a fertile window. So I welcome you to take a look at all of our programs that are very, very discounted and going to be retired and put away. And also the next full moon. So we're going to have this sale going on for a month, actually. So right until the next full moon, which is December 30th. So right before the new year, hallelujah, 2021, we're going to be meditating together for the cold moon here in the Yoga Goddess Support Circle. And if you'd like to gift one of these programs to someone in your world, that's something we can also arrange to help you with. So it's beautiful in our newly engaged virtual world to give an experience. If this is something, if meditating with the moon, for example, is something that's really called to your heart and you want to gift that opportunity to someone in your circle, they get the 4 guided meditations to listen to at home. So thank you so much, as always, for sharing space with me here in the Yoga Goddess Support Circle for our full moon meditation. Let's just take a moment to close, or I should say open our circle back up. So just welcoming you to bring your left hand up, right hand down. There we go. Imagining all of the beautiful women who gathered together here live and on the replay. Acknowledging each and every woman's presence and energy and beingness. Honoring the earth below and the sky above. And ourselves in the center, wrapping the whole planet with our love. And bringing your hands to heart center. Our circle is open and always unbroken. So thank you so much for joining us. I hope you'll take a look at our closing sale and see if anything speaks to you that you want to take home and work from home on. And yeah, if anyone's a copywriter, let me know. Oh, Miss Heidi. And it would be nice to have someone within our community who might want to do some copywriting for Yoga Goddess. So see you here again in the Yoga Goddess Support Circle throughout the month and again for the live on December 30th. Bye for now.